Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica, and on today's episode, we are talking a cult classic. I wouldn't even call it a cult classic. It's just a classic. Everybody likes this movie. Everyone knows about this movie, obviously, and most people have seen it. I have seen this movie a long time ago, seen it once, it's been a very, very long time since I've seen this. So I thought I'd refresh my memory and see how I feel about it now. And that, of course, is Back to the Future. Back to the Future came out in 1985, stars, of course, what's his name? Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover, I believe his name is, directed by Robert Zemeckis. And this movie is kind of something where, you bring it up and everyone goes like, oh yeah, I like that movie. But like a lot of people haven't really seen it in a long time. And this is on HBO now, so all three of them are on there. And to be fair, I have not seen Back to the Future 2 or 3. I think I've only seen a couple scenes from each of those, mainly the third one, we're in the Wild West, I believe. I think I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch this trilogy, considering I haven't seen two of them, and the first one I haven't seen in a very long time. So we're gonna do it. And here's one thing I'm just gonna say right up front. I really, really enjoy this movie. I don't love the movie. I think it's a perfectly fine, fun movie to turn on, and if it's on TV, you stop and you watch it for a little bit. But I don't think it's like this masterpiece that a lot of people think it is. And that's just in my opinion. I know this is a lot of people's favorite films. I mean, this was 85. I was born in 92, so it's a bit, removed. I think anybody who grew up in the 80s is going to absolutely love this film. Just the same as, like, I really like the 1995 Power Rangers with Ivan Ooze in it. And it's a terrible film, but I really like it. It's not really like a one-for-one, considering Back to the Future is actually a good film, and Power Rangers is not a good film whatsoever. But I'm just saying that, nostalgia does play a little bit into effect there. So basically, in case you live under a rock and never seen this film, this is a film where Marty McFly is somehow, they don't really ever explain this, but he's friends with this old inventor guy who's definitely very sketchy, and you're just like, how did they meet? And they never really explain it in this first movie. They might explain it in the second one, but I don't know. Anyway, so basically they're all friends and everything, and he, the scientist, Christopher Lloyd, he decides to invent a time machine out of a DeLorean and go back in time to test it out. And then a whole bunch of hijinks happen because he stole like plutonium or something like that from some, Somali pirates or something. And they come and they attack them, and Marty has to escape in the DeLorean and accidentally shoots himself into the past, the same city, of course, and is actually around the same time that his parents met. So basically, he messes everything up because he's trying to talk to his dad, who he doesn't know, obviously, that he is the father to this kid who is the same age. And it's a whole thing. He tries to get his parents back together, and it's fun and everything. But there are some weird moments, like Biff Tannen, his character, does have an attempted rape that they just kind of don't really focus on that much. They don't make it as big of a deal as they probably should. He should be going to jail instead of just being punched and losing his cool credibility at the school. But this is 1985 when this came out. It's a different time now, whereas obviously that shit's not gonna fly. But it was the 80s, so more things got by. It is also slightly creepy in the incesty way, where Leah Thompson, the mother, starts to fall for her future son, and they never quite. You think that they would remember, once they have the kid and he's growing up to be, look just like this kid that basically set them up. You think that they would, mention something about how he looked just like the Marty that they knew back in the day type of thing, but they don't say that either. So I don't know what's going on there. But, this is a really fun movie, obviously. I really enjoy it. I pick apart these types of movies all the time. That's just what you do. But no, I like the sort of idea that this kid who is like super hip in the 80s goes back to the 50s and it's just like just completely out of his element. Everyone thinks he's super weird, thinks he's wearing like a life jacket. And this really doesn't surprise me that it did well in the theaters in 85. Mainly, I feel like sci-fi, that sort of sci-fi adventure type of stuff was pretty big back in the 80s and sort of futuristic look in a way. And they kind of just like really discovered special effects, which they don't particularly look great, but I actually think they still work. Like when the DeLorean is going and he starts doing like the lightning stuff with the tires and it goes into the future or past, then I actually think that works the way that it looks so unreal. You know, it kind of like just sucks you in a little bit more. It's like, it shouldn't look real. Like, this is ridiculous, right? And I am going to talk about the ending because, I mean, if I'm spoiling this for you, I am very sorry. But, you know, that's your own damn fault. This is over a 30-year-old movie. You should have seen it. Anyway, you know, he kind of like makes his future better. And like he comes in, and here's my thing about time travel is, okay, some little things change, of course. Like he got like a lot more confidence, so he has a better job, or he has a job that Biff had in the very beginning. And you know, like just their personalities are different in a way, but like they still live in the same house. Like that hasn't changed. The kids, even though they're super successful, still live in the house with the parents. Like time travel really throws me off. It really does, because I'm like, well, why would this still be the same? I just pick it apart so much. That's my thing with time travel. That's why I really don't watch a lot of crap with time travel, just because I just get really too invested in thinking about how things change, why things are different, all of this stuff. For the most part, it makes sense, but I think it's really weird they live in the same house, and he has the same girlfriend, like he's exactly the same. Also, he has way different memories than the rest of his family. Like any trips that they took, he won't remember unless, I don't know what happens in the second and the third one. Maybe like his memories, because everything was changed, start to like come to him and he loses those old memories. I don't know. I have no clue, but I mean, he's got a whole different family history than his actual family now. So like that's gonna really throw him off, I feel like. The casting's great in this movie, though. I really love Christopher Lloyd as this sort of crazy, maniacal, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that word, sort of evil scientist, good scientist, sort of an inventor. Michael J. Fox is awesome. I definitely, if I was growing up in 85, totally have a crush on him. Him and Ferris Bueller, totally. Matthew Broderick, man, those two would be like my guys. They really would. And Leah Thompson's great in this. I really like Leah Thompson personally. Crispin Glover, this is the only role I think I've seen him in where he's like not a creepy evil person, because he just kind of has that face where it works really well if he's like the villain or he's like suspicious in some way. Whereas in this, he's just like a really just like meek guy that turns into a really confident guy. So I really like the casting there. And I'm actually pretty interested in seeing Back to the Future 2. I don't remember if it takes place right after, like when him and his girlfriend get into the DeLorean with the scientist guy. Dr. Emmett Brown is his name. I was not thinking that whatsoever. But anyway, they get into the DeLorean at the end and they go, again, like it like flies this time and they go faster. So I can't remember if takes place like the second one takes place right after the first movie, or if they're like returning from that trip and they end up going on another one. No clue. I don't know. Overall, I mean, like I said, this is a great, fun movie that I really, really enjoy. I don't love it. I don't think it's like this masterpiece film that people think it is, but I enjoy it quite a bit. And maybe like as I watch the second and third one, I will feel differently, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. Okay, everybody, I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2 and 3. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos Monday through Friday for the most part. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.